You are now watching Bleav. Do you believe?
Welcome, everybody, back to the Bleav in the Jets podcast. I am your host, Andrew Golden of Jets X Factor. Unfortunately, my co-host, Lamont Jordan, could not be here today, but I have a very, very special guest in his place. Former Jet linebacker Avery Williamson is here joining me. Avery, thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk to me and give our fans some insight on you and your life and your time in New York. Thank you again. We're really happy to have you.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You were with the team from 2018 through about halfway through 2020. Wasn't too long of a stint, but you became an instant fan favorite from the second you signed. I know I speak for pretty much everybody when we say that we all loved you for your time in New York. It wasn't long, but it was definitely a fun time. And for you in particular, you know, it was during a really rough time in Jets history. There's been a lot of rough times in Jets football, but those few years in particular were definitely some of the rough spots. And you were a bright moment in some dark times. So thank you so much for that.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was definitely tough.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get into that. I want to save that for a little bit, but we'll not go too hard. So you play college football in Kentucky. I know that you stay pretty connected with the Kentucky program from what I've seen. Did you speak to Brandon Eccles when he got drafted, fellow Kentucky Wildcat?
Nah, but I didn't know him personally, but actually when I went back up to the Jets last year and had a workout, ended up running to him. I was like, hey, wait. And we were talking or whatever because he came and spoke to me. But he's actually, man, he's doing pretty good up there, man, for, coming out. I Bleav he was a late round draft.
Yeah, he was a sixth round pick. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I told him, man, just continue to work, but he's definitely doing a good job.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited to see how he does in his second year.
Yeah,
being a sixth round pick and starting the whole year on the outside, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
Oh yeah, that's tough to do.
It's very tough to do. You got 6 round picks that don't even make the roster sometimes. So doing that, yeah.
Hey, 5th round pick.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say 5th round pick yourself, 151st overall by Tennessee. Yes, I know that is a lot. It's a thing for a lot of players where they say once you get in, it doesn't matter about where you got drafted, is what you do with it. But I know for the guys like yourself that were taken in those later rounds, there's always that motivation to prove that you should have been higher or that you were a steal or anything of those. And so I definitely know that. And I love hearing that. Speaking with the Jets in particular, like I said, you were from 2018 through a little bit of 2020. You signed as a free agent in 2018. Talk me through that process. What was it like being a free agent? What attracted you to New York? What about Todd Bowles' defense was the coach at the time that you liked playing in? Just why the Jets?
Man, free agency was nerve-wracking. I mean, especially coming off of my last year in Tennessee. You know, it was kind of up in the air with everything.
Right.
They were kind of rotating me and things like that in Tennessee. So I was like, didn't really know how my value was going to be. My first time in free agency. So it was definitely a nervous process, man. And I was calling my agent a lot. Like, man, what's going on? But now I was actually about to sign with, I thought I was going to sign with either Philly or the Colts. And then the Jets came out of nowhere and they threw that bag. I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, well, I don't know anything about the Jets, but I think I'm probably going to be. So now, honestly, man, people like, what attracted you, this and that. Is like, I mean, I had to go chase the money, at the end of the day.
Absolutely. No, listen,
you got to get a political answer. Oh yeah, this and that, excited about this. But at the end of the day, man, you got to go seize the opportunity, and get that payday while you're hot.
No, 100%. And for a 5th round pick like yourself, making nothing for the time before you got any amount of a free agent contract, I mean, that's life changing. You got to secure that for yourself and your family. I know I had seen an interview just earlier before we came on. I saw that you said you grew up on a farm. And so I'm sure for yourself, getting that security, being from that upbringing and having that opportunity to set yourself up and your family up was really important. So I don't blame you at all. Yeah.
100%. I mean, it's just the fact of being able to have that security, being able to go in there and know that I'm, going to be solid the rest of my life. I mean, it's amazing. It's life-changing money, when you get to that 5th year, but it's just so hard to get to it because it's just so many factors that can take place, injuries, just getting beat
coaching
out.
changes.
Yeah,
You could
coaching changes.
have a new staff come in that didn't draft you, that has some other opinions, and a lot of things that are out of your control.
Yes, a lot, man. That's the politics of football, though.
Yeah, no, it's a business, as they say, and that's the business game of it. That's definitely the side. So 2018 was an interesting year. Obviously, they had some free agent additions, but no bigger addition, whether free agency or otherwise, than their rookie quarterback. And that was when Sam Darnold was drafted in the 2018 draft. So what was your impressions of Sam Darnold as a rookie? What was it like being in New York when they were bringing in a rookie quarterback, just being a part of the team for that year and that process? That was the first rookie quarterback the Jets had drafted in the first round since Mark Sanchez. And obviously the quarterback search was a big topic of everything else. So just what was it like being around Sam and his rookie year and everything else?
Yeah, he had a whole lot, man, going on. He's a cool dude, though. I like Sam.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't turn out as everyone wanted it to, with the team. But I mean, overall, I enjoyed playing with Sam. I think he was that the year did he get sick too that year?
That was the next year. So he played his rookie year, and then the next year was 2019. And then you obviously had your injury in the preseason of that year, and then he had his mono 2 games into 2019.
He had a rough stint, man. But I mean, overall, man, I like Sam was just like, you just never you kind of never knew what we might get from him, But I mean, he's got the flashes of, what I'm saying, of doing great things, and then sometimes he'll have some turnovers and things like that, but. I mean, they gave him his opportunity, man. I enjoyed playing with the guy, man. Cool dude. But it's just a tough business. And it's just part of the game. Everybody can't, can't be as successful as they want to be. It's just the transition from college to pros. It's just not for everybody.
No, it's not.
Not everybody can be a starter, go out there and be, Tom Brady nobody's Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody can go out there and just, and be successful from year to year to year. It's tough at any position, especially at quarterback.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. It's a tough job, and you got to be working 100% every day, because you could have someone come in and take your spot right behind you at any moment's notice. And so it's definitely tough. Did you notice anything in like training camp or going through maybe practices when he was a rookie to where you were thinking, oh, maybe we got something, or, oh, maybe he might need some more time, or just what was your opinion in practice of him when you first got to see him on the field?
I thought that he had some flashes of some things he could really be a good quarterback. Being around when I was in Tennessee, my second year, we drafted Marcus Mariota, so got to kind of see him. And I mean, Marcus is electrifying. He never, the legs and the arm. But I mean, Sam, I knew that he had it in him. I was like, I think this guy can really do something. Because you're competing every day in practice, and you can see, hey, that was a great pass. So I think that he definitely has the he got the IQ for it, everything, and the arm. Just sometimes he just the injuries, different things, man. It's a lot of different factors. But I mean, overall, man, I mean, he was going crazy in practice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I figured. Is I knew that. We'll get to the elephant in the room, since you're kind of leading me there. A lot of things, injuries, otherwise. Also, Adam Gase, and I think that we can just call a spade and say that he was not a very good coach. And I think the results of how things have transpired since, and the multitude of players that left his coaching and got better, or speak however they speak about him. There was a lot of reasons that Sam Darnold didn't work out in New York. Some of them are his own doing. Adam Gase being hired to tutor him in his second year was definitely not one of those things that was his fault or did anything to help him.
Yeah, you can't blame everything on the coach, and you can't blame everything on the player.
Right.
They both go 2 and 2, hand in hand. But I definitely, Adam Gase, man, he's is a cool dude. But I mean, it wasn't gelling, man. It was not gelling, and I don't know what's going on in the, the offensive side, but it just wasn't going as we were expecting it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't it wasn't meshing well. It wasn't meshing well at all, man. And it was a lot of frustration, especially that was the year I got hurt, his first year there. Yeah, so I was around, but I, wasn't in the building a lot. And in the meetings and things like that. But yeah, it wasn't going as guys expected, man. And it was a lot of frustration. I mean, it was when I came back my third year, it was tough sledding, man. In the NFL, you got to go out there against the best guys every week. So not having everybody on cue, detrimental, as you can see. When I left, we were 0-8.
Yeah. No, and no hard feelings on this end about being glad to get out of that situation. I was quite excited to get to Pittsburgh, and I
was like, you said what? Pittsburgh? Sign me up. I'm ready to go. I put the we were on the plane. And I just found out I put the little like a little divider in between the seats. And I put it down, and I was telling Chris Herndon, I was like, bro, guess what? I just got traded. He's like, to who? The Steelers. He's like, oh. He said, bro, you're so lucky. Yeah, man. I was like, yo, I was sad to leave all my boys, but
yeah.
Oh, man, I mean, it was an opportunity of a lifetime, man.
Right. And exactly. And that was going to be the next thing I was going to say. The Steelers are a storied organization. They are a historical team. For anyone that's a fan of the game, and you yourself, you seem like a very, very passionate person who loves football, cares about this game. You're going to respect what the Steelers represent. I don't got to be a fan of the team to know legacy and tradition and history and know that they're a well-run organization and that you were coming from a not very well-run organization before.
Yes, man. Growing up, I was – I love the Titans, and when I got a little bit older, I was a big, Ray Lewis fan, love watching the Ravens, but I always enjoyed the Steeler defense. And I mean, it's just, you can't even hate on them. Like they always are a solid team. Yeah. And when I got that call saying that I was going to have the opportunity to play for the Steelers, I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. And what they were doing, that season, they were 7-0 at the time. And,
0-7 to 7-0.
Doing some, 0-8.
Oh, yeah.
I went 0-8 to 7-0, and then we ended up beating Dallas that week in Dallas. And it was crazy because when I got there, I was like, man, I hope I didn't bring a curse down or something like that. Because the game like that, literally that Cowboys game was so tight, neck and neck. I'm like, oh man, these fans gonna think they gotta brought a curse to the team. So I was like, yo, please pull through. But Big Ben, the boys found a way to win it. But nah, man, it was definitely, man, a great experience. Just being able to get traded to the Steelers, man. I mean, it was something that I was just super excited about. And I thought we were gonna have a chance to get to the Super Bowl. Honest to God, man, I thought we were gonna make it. And just had some crazy stuff happen in the first round of playoffs. I mean, who thought that Baker Mayfield and the Browns would have? I don't even remember what the score was, but
it
was bad. Like first quarter, we were down like 28 to like 0, I think.
It was a shock to everybody. Yeah,
it was like the first 10 minutes of the first quarter, and I was sitting there on the sideline like what just happened? I couldn't believe it. But man, overall, it was a hell of an experience. That organization is top notch. They definitely have amazing players in there. They let the guys be themselves. They have coaches that have been there for, years. Coach Tomlin's cool as ice.
I love Coach Tomlin.
Oh, yeah, man. So it's definitely an organization that I was hoping I was going to get re-signed, but, it didn't work out. But overall, I was very pleased with my time there.
Yeah, I can definitely see why. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I want to get something a little positive. We got through the dark times. Let's get to some more fun stuff. So who were some of your favorite teammates while you were in New York?
While I was in New York, Leo, that's my guy. Actually, yeah, I still see him some. We work out at Brandon Marshall's gym down here.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So got a little jet connection. Brandon Copeland. Trying to think who else. Well, I was really cool with Chris Herndon, Jordan Jenkins. Those are some guys, I was really cool with. Frankie Louvu.
I love Louvu.
Yeah, man. So I had some good friends. I had some good friends up there, man. And definitely, I mean, besides the bad times, it's definitely some good, you meet some good guys. Steve McClendon.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone who has ever met Steve McClendon raves about him.
Yeah. Big Steve, man. That's my guy. So no, it was a locker room. It had some good dudes in it, to say the least.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it did. You could tell, even though things were tough, that you guys were not completely and totally just a dysfunctional mess.
No.
There might have been issues and there might have been disagreements, but it was more about coaching and schematics than it was necessarily about, people hating each other or turning their backs or anything like that. And I'm really glad that you still had some good relationships there. One personal thing, this doesn't even have to be just with the Jets, just throughout your entire career, who was your favorite coach you played under? Like position coach, defense coordinator, head coach, anything?
Man, I'll probably have to say my favorite would be that's tough because I got a tie between yeah, I would probably have to say Dick LeBeau and Coach Tomlin. Yeah, Dick LeBeau and Coach
Pittsburgh.
Tomlin. Those two guys, they were definitely, to say the least, man, solid dudes all around. I mean, they know how to mesh well with guys. They know how to just not only be a coach, but to be, a cool person off the field. And Dickie Bird, man, that's my guy, man. He'll take 10 seconds to say the play on the field. Everybody's like, they're looking at me like, what's the call? What's the call? Coach LeBeau, he got the sticky note in his hand with like 10 plays. I'm like, come on, coach. You only got 10 plays on the note card. Go ahead and call it, man. So
right.
But nah, man, Coach LeBeau, man, he's cool as ice, man. He always have a story to tell. In meetings, like literally every morning he have a story to tell to the defense.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's been around football for so long. I mean, for those that don't know, Dick LeBeau was a former player himself in the 60s and with the Lions. I'm pretty sure, and I might be remembering correctly, did he cross paths with Dick Lane?
Yeah, Dick Night Train Lane?
Night Train Lane, yeah.
Yeah, I believe, he did.
Were they, teammates with Dick Lane. Played for the Lions throughout most of his time, way back, and then was a coach almost immediately after retired and coached for decades. So I'm sure he had a multitude of stories.
Oh man, I mean, the dude's got stories he could write a book. I mean, it was one story. I think it was he snuck out of camp. When they were in camp, he snuck out to see some girl, and it was crazy. Like he jumped out the window of where they were staying. It was wild, man.
Yeah.
He would always turn at the end, just would be like, he'd be like, this dude, he need to be a book writer or something, man. It's like it's crazy. But nah, Coach LeBeau, man, he's awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure. One of my bucket list interviews for my career, without a doubt, Dick LeBeau.
I haven't talked to him in a while. I haven't talked to Coach LeBeau in a while, man. I hope he's doing great.
Yeah, for sure. What was it like working under Todd Bowles?
Todd, I love Coach Bowles. He's definitely he was a great coach, man, with the Jets. I really enjoyed him, and that whole staff was awesome. I actually reached out to Coach Bowles after they won the Super Bowl a few weeks after, told him congrats and everything, man, and it was. I was happy for them, truly happy for them. Him, Casey Rogers, my linebacker coach, they had some guys on there that were, really good guys. And I was glad to see them win the Super Bowl. When they first Coach Bowles got down there, I heard that he was happy with his office. He had a great view. Yeah. But nah, to say the least, he definitely – we just didn't have all the pieces. That was the thing.
Right.
Great coach, just did not have all the pieces in place to really be successful. And in the NFL, you got to have at least
everything.
8 out of the 10 pieces,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, in place.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be politically correct, 8 out of 11. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't want to sound slow.
Yeah, no, you're good. I got you. Yeah, I always felt pretty much the same way. I really like Todd Bowles as a coach. I thought that the team played hard for him. I thought that they were, for the most part, situationally aware, where you weren't having complete mental lapses. They seemed to be understanding of what was going on and prepared, and they just didn't have the pieces. I mean, it was a roster that just needed talent. And if you look at their draft history from a lot of time from like 2016 through about 2020, there's barely anybody that they drafted that's still on the team or stayed in the team for any amount of time at all. So, there just wasn't that talent there. I want to get to 2019. It was obviously a tough time for you. You got injured in the preseason and tore your ACL and had to miss the whole year. It was a pretty freak play in the end zone. I'm trying to remember, was it against Indianapolis off the top of my head? Falcons. Okay. So yeah, it was against the Falcons. And it was in the end zone, and you had someone hit your knee from the side of their helmet. It tore your knee up, and you would have missed the whole year. And it was rough. I'm sure for you as a player, there's nothing worse than that, than being hurt, especially that close to the year. You've been through training camp and the gruel of all of that, and then you get ready to go through the year. But what you did that I thought was awesome, and so did many, many other Jets fans, is you didn't seem to, at least on the outside, let it seem like it was bothering you or affect you. And you had a pretty viral picture the first time you did it a couple of times, when you were at home being able to watch the Jets in week 1, and you're sitting on your couch in full uniform, helmet, pads, shirt, socks, the whole 9, and the fans just ate the picture up. And it became, as if you were already a fan favorite, you became even more of a fan favorite from there. So let's not dwell on the injury part of it, because I don't want to make you go relive anything that's tough. We're past that now. Who came up with the idea for that picture? Was that your idea? Did someone give you that idea?
It was, I know me and my marketing agent, we were talking about it. Because I was like, you know what? I can't remember how we officially came up with it, but I was like, maybe I should just do something like get my uniform. And Alex was like, let's do it. And just kind of did it. And I was like, well, maybe, you know what I'm saying? We started talking, it was like, should do it every week. Just do a picture in a different place in my uniform every week. Since I can't be at the game. I mean, I couldn't be at the games at the moment. And, I wasn't playing. So it's like, what else am I going to do? Just sit there and be bored, go to treatment.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make some fun out of this and just go out and take pictures in my uniform, different places. But man, I ain't gonna lie, it was something funny, man. And it definitely, looking back, it was something that really helped me get out of a dark place, because that injury was like just very devastating. Very devastating. Yeah. It was my first time ever getting hurt like that. I went 5 straight years. 5 straight years, only missed 1 game. And, I was literally just bragging to somebody that camp or something. I was saying like how I was like, yeah, I only missed 1 game my whole career.
Right.
And, I just very proud of that. I'm always on the field, and then out of nowhere, just, it's done. You know what I'm saying? So it was something that really helped me out and got a lot of laughs. My teammates were always like, yo, what you gonna do next? It just was something that was real funny and comical. And I don't know if the organization liked it too much, but but at the moment, I was like, man, I don't even care. It is what it is. Hey, y'all got to pay me anyway, so
right.
I might as well just have some fun with it. But that was the I would say the most the craziest one was the subway one. That was something that was, just through the roof hilarious, man. It was,
oh my God.
Because I was embarrassed to do it at first. I'm like, I gotta walk on the subway with my uniform.
Right. You got it right. They see the one picture of the moment of that snapshot. They don't know everything before and then everything after as soon as you went to get up.
Yeah, I should have like had a camera guy like follow me around too. Like see people's reactions. But the subway, people still didn't really even pay too much attention. It was one person who was like, yo, you play for the Jets? I was like, nah. I was like, I don't even play, man. I'm just out here. But I saw like one or two people like kind of look at their phones and like looking at me. But I got on the subway. It was nobody even like paid too much mind.
The rumors are true of the New Yorkers who couldn't care less about anything else going on the subway.
I could have dropped dead. They would just walk right over me.
Yep.
But it was one girl, she didn't even want to talk. She was like, I was like, hey, how's your day going? She's like, just looked at me crazy. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just asking. Yeah, but that was the funniest. That's probably the funniest one. That and being in the store and getting groceries.
Yep. Oh, they were so good. They were so good. Did you expect them to be as big of a thing as they ended up becoming, or do you just think it was just going to be some funny thing you were going to do? Yeah, you didn't think so?
I thought it was just something funny, that would teammates laugh at, people laugh at, a little bit. Like I didn't think it would reach that far.
You're a meme in Jets fandom now, where it's like people post a picture of you sitting on the couch with your knee crossed over, being like game day, ready to go, and it's you're gonna live forever. I mean, I'd put you in the Ring of Honor for that alone.
Ring of Honor, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, and it was even crazier when I got traded.
Mm-hmm. You did the one with the taxi.
My marketing agent Alex was like, "Yo, you should put that picture with the umbrella going to Pittsburgh." I was like, "Dang, maybe you're right." And that literally that went bananas. I was like, "What?" I had so many people hit me up, like it was crazy. And I literally to this day, people will be like, "Hey, oh man, who's calling me? Somebody calling me. Mess up my interview." But nah, literally, people to this day will, like, some guys will ask, like, "Yo, was that you that was taking pictures of you on the subway?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." So it definitely reached a crowd that I didn't expect it to.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. All right. I got one more story I want to get into. Something I heard in passing. I was watching you do an interview with your former school, Kentucky, and they had mentioned about rookies in this past draft class and guys who had been taken from Kentucky, like Darian Kennard, Josh Paschal, and those guys. And you had mentioned a story of running up a tab on the rookies in 2020 with the New York Jets. So tell me about that. Because that's Mekhi Becton, Denzel Mims, Ashton Davis, those guys. And Blake apparently Cashman. You said, and Blake Cashman and Cameron Clark. And they had said, you had said in the interview, I was usually nice to rookies, and I fully believe that you were, except for this time we ran it up pretty good in 2020. So what was it about 2020 that you guys did?
I don't know. I think it was just the moment. I was hurt. Yeah, I was hurt that year. I was bored. I was like, It's like, oh well. And then Jamal, he added to it too, So
of course,
yeah. So
King instigator Jamal Adams.
Yeah. So we went to Catch. We went to I don't know what clubs. We went to clubs, man. We were all over the place. I know we stayed out until at least I got back. I fell asleep in the Sprinter. Like I was done for, but I just know that we got back. It was the sun was coming up a little bit, but I know Blake was we left the last spot we left, and Blake was like telling the driver, "Hey, can you take us to this spot?" He was like, "No, we're going home. We're going home." It was like, all right, man. Like, look,
Blake Cashman was the buzzkill.
Yo, the driver was pissed, man. Gordon, he was hot. He was like, look, y'all had enough tonight. It was at least about 4 a.m, man. He was ready to slide. But yeah, we ran up a tab on Blake. And I ended up going to treatment the next day. I don't know how. Yeah. By the grace of God, I got up.
We made it.
I just went in there and just laid on the table. And I was smelling like last night,
Yep.
Had a good night, man. So they were like, "Oh man," the trainers was like, "What shock that you even came in today?" I was like, "Yeah,
yeah, me too."
My knee right. Yeah, I had to get my knee right, man. But nah, Blake, we ran up a nice bill on him.
Who was the biggest partier of all the rookies that year? Was it Blake Cashman?
I'm trying to think of the list. It was Blake. Who? Yeah, that was
2020. Yeah, so that was Mekhi Becton, Denzel Mims, Ashton Davis was the 2020 draft class. Braden Mann, Bryce Hall, and then was it maybe 2019? Was Bryce in 2019? Because that would have been before you got hurt.
Yeah, that was 2019. Yeah, 2019 class.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the year I got hurt, 2019.
Okay, yeah. So that was Quinnen Williams was 2019. Cameron Clark was 2019, I'm pretty sure.
I would probably say Bleav was probably
Bleav. Yeah.
He tried, yeah. He was trying to be a little party animal.
Yeah, that the Minnesota in him trying to show how he could survive in the big city coming from Minnesota.
Oh yeah, he always coming to me trying to just show off what he was doing the night before. Coach shut him down.
Yeah. That'll get you traded.
Yeah, it will. Can't say everything.
No.
Can't say everything. Nah.
No, that'll happen. Avery, thank you so much for taking the time to stop and talk with me. This has been great. You have an upcoming event, Avery Day, as you were telling me, in Milan, Tennessee, at your former high school. Milan, excuse me.
Not Milan, Italy.
Excuse me, not Milan, Italy. Milan, Tennessee.
They got the name. They got the name from us.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. They copying. Gotcha. Yeah, I have a friend who goes to the University of Tennessee that says the same thing about Texas copying Tennessee and UT. So so they got it. I don't know. I'll tell them I don't know about it. I'm not saying I agree.
They copy.
Yeah. All right. So Milan, Tennessee, Avery Day. Go ahead and tell us about Avery Day in Milan.
Yeah. So this is my first it's gonna make an annual event, but it's something I just thought of probably. It was like March. I was like, you know what? I want to do something for my hometown. I had a camp in 2018 and I didn't do it the next year. I was hurt and then COVID, craziness in the world happened, but hadn't done anything since 2018. I was like, I need to do something for my hometown just to show some love, get people to come out, and really wasn't feel like doing a football camp. I was like, what can I do to just get everybody together? And I was like, let's do an event where we go out and compete, kids, adults, just have everything, lined up for the kids to go out there and play. And I just wanted to go out there and actually compete. I haven't played dodgeball in years. And I was like, why not go out there and just do some activities and have some fun? So we got dodgeball, we got tug of war, we're gonna have an obstacle course, we got quarterback skill competition, and we got sack race. So that's just a start. So next year we might have some more things added to it, which we probably will, because I have a whole year to think about it. But it's just something out, I was like, why not just get everybody to come out and just have a good time? We got food trucks, like the whole shebang and bang, DJ. So next year, when we actually have a full year to plan it out, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So
for sure.
It's just something. I think it's gonna be something cool, and it's gonna be fun just to go back and talk to the kids or whoever. They just get out there and just be in my hometown having some fun. And I'm gonna go out there and try to knock somebody's head off with the dodgeballs because I don't want them to win the prizes.
No, you got that competitive in you. You're a player. You're a player. It never shuts off.
So high. My team they got to come with it. They got to come with it, man. They got to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that you're finding ways to get back to your community and do everything that you can to stay connected. That's awesome. Couldn't be more impressed with you, Avery. Thank you so much. This has been incredible. Please, everyone, go follow Avery on Twitter at @AWilliamson54. Anything else that you are doing, if you want to stop by and pump anything else you're doing, please feel free. Otherwise, make sure you guys are following me at Andrew Golden _17 at BLEAV_in_Jets. Avery, the floor is yours to give your parting shots, and we'll wrap this one up.
I think I said it all. Shout out to Adam Gase, man. Wherever you at. What up? What up, my guy?
What up, my guy?
Hey, look, it didn't work out with the Jets, but you still a cool dude, man. It is what it is. Shout out to Gase.
All right. Shout out to Gase. What a way to end it. Thank you guys so much.
He's probably down there for a lot of that right now.
Yeah, probably. Probably kicking it, hiding, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. Thank you guys so much for listening. Avery, thank you again. I really hope I get the opportunity to speak with you again soon. Be well. Hope the best for you and your family. Thank you everyone for joining.
No doubt. Same for you.
For sure. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.